I've been posting real estate videos on YouTube every single week consistently for over 6 years now. And in this video, I'm going to break down exactly how I've gone from zero to over 146,000 subscribers on one channel and over 18,000 subscribers on another channel, and the exact businesses that I've built off of these channels, and how you could do too for yourself in your real estate business dependent on your goals. So this is my YouTube channel, and I really want to be transparent and open and honest with you guys. I've been posting for over 6 years, as I said, 146,000 subscribers, 400 plus videos, and 95% of them are long form content. So you can see here, I've been doing house tours for a majority of the time on this specific channel, which has gained me the following that I have. And I have a few videos with 1 million views, 900,000 views, with a substantial amount of viewership. And I get questions all the time asking me, how do I get access into these homes? What type of filming equipment do I use? What type of editing systems do I use? And I'm gonna try to answer most of those questions in this video here. So if you go to some of my latest videos, getting access into these homes is not as easy as it may seem, even when you do have a following as large as mine in the real estate space. A lot of the times it's the agents, it's the developers that reach out to me because they've seen my videos, and that just happens because of the following that I've built up over the years, and maybe we're connected on Instagram or whatnot. But I'd say a very low percentage of people that I still reach out to will deny me. It's dependent on the owner. And if you are a follower of mine or have been, you might be shocked by that, because why wouldn't an agent, an owner want this type of attention, this type of exposure to their home? It can only benefit the house, you would think, right? Well, a lot of times it does. You can see here a couple of homes where I've toured. The most expensive mansion in Encino did pretty well. Most expensive mansion in Scottsdale does pretty well. And there are just so many areas to posting home tours, to posting real estate content. And it's not just these home tours. I'm going to go into my 18,000 subscriber channel as well, and where I've posted neighborhood specific videos in order to generate leads and referrals over times throughout the years as well, and how I've built businesses off these channels specifically. So you can see that I really go for high end properties on this channel. I tend to only want to film homes that are over $10 million unless it's something a little more unique. You can see here $8 million, but with a curved infinity edge, a little bit more of a unique video than you might see in just any old house. See, this one got almost 100,000 views, has a glass elevator, one of my favorites. So I would tend to post something like that on my channel. These days, my channel would get diluted and I'd be boxed into a different category if I posted a recent video in the maybe $4 million range like this one, and it's not going to draw in the viewership that I may be getting. But the thing is, and the reason why I might post something very unique and experiment, is because of a sponsorship. And that only comes over time with a strong, dense brand and audience that I've built up for over 6 years. So now I know that 15K is going to be my bottom, to where I can offer my exposure and my services to partners, investors, sponsors, and brands that I work with on an ongoing basis. So I will have a video for them that's a little bit more experimental, but it really depends in the packaging and my agreement with said brand or sponsorship. But YouTube is such a hard game, no matter who you are, no matter what your niche is. And I've found a repeatable, consistent format, which is the name of the whole game. No matter who you are, you want to not have to come up with a crazy creative idea every single week to be able to post consistently on a channel such as this. And that's just what is, I think, hard. I've tried that. Now, let me see some of these videos that, going back, I've always tried to experiment. And I think with any channel, you're going to want to experiment when you've been doing YouTube for this long. Let's say here, 3 years ago, there was a point to where I was feeling a little bit more stagnant. I had a few videos in just the 20,000 view range, and really, realistically, 4 videos in the 20,000 view range is not going to generate enough AdSense to sustain any lifestyle. I don't care where you're living, but definitely not living in LA, unless you have some pretty large brands on them that are paying pretty well. But then, so I figured I would, and then also I could get a $40 million penthouse with a thumbnail that I think would do well. Looking back 3 years ago to today, I would change this thumbnail to really emphasize where this property is, maybe put some red bordering around it, do something a little bit different to emphasize that this penthouse is extravagant. Right here, it looks like a little tiny thing in this white box, but $40 million for a penthouse to only get 40K views, it was just not a good time, to where then I go to New York, I get 20,000 views on a video. And so I figure to get creative and door knock Beverly Hills owners, ask them what they do for a living. That flopped to where YouTube said, no, stick with your home tours, buddy. That's all you can do. And so then I did that. And the key is to just make sure your thumbnails are good. The titles are drawing in that curiosity, and the thumbnail really just shows off the house. You can see the full home in this picture, and the full home in this picture, full home in this picture. So I'm getting some good traction. But then again, there's also a strategy behind every single video, thumbnail, and purpose for the text. For example, you could see it's the same exact font style, to where when someone sees this font on a home tour, they automatically know that it's mine, to where then I'm posting these videos every single week. You can see that font, that text style. But then you may ask, well, why did you switch up from that specific font and text? Well, sometimes the algorithm does weird things to where you may have to experiment. It may shut down a few videos that over a couple months, to where you realize you might have to try something new. But now you may ask, how do you actually build a sustainable business around a home tour channel specifically? And I'll get into the neighborhood stuff in just a minute, but brand deals is one, AdSense is another, and then you have to have some sort of call to actions within the video. This is one thing that I did not realize until about 12 to 18 months into my YouTube journey, and that's to make sure that your call to actions within every video is direct and clear with who you're trying to speak to, what your ideal client profile looks like. Tell your audience to subscribe. Let them know that you are a YouTuber and not just someone in real estate trying to walk through a property or whatnot. So as you can see here in my description is where I have those links to monetize my channel specifically. One is I have my sponsorship, a brand deal that would probably pay, I would say, 3, 4, 5 times what your AdSense for the month would be. So keep that in mind, depending on what your AdSense is. And then obviously referrals for anyone looking to purchase luxury homes. We connect you with luxury specialists across the country. Then I have a community for real estate agents also interested in posting these home tours. So if that is you, check out the community and join it right here. And then a done for you YouTube program, a marketing agency where we help implement specifically YouTube into real estate agents' businesses so they can drive organic lead flow, because we've done this over time ourselves for 6 years. So those are the ways that we can monetize this channel and how I'm doing it with mine. And so I do have another channel where I actually did these neighborhood videos for years. I had a small team in Beverly Hills with buyer's agents, to where we were doing sales based on the lead flow that I was generating from this channel. Now, at the time, it was Darren Kriz, Los Angeles Living. And let me show you how often I posted 3 videos a week for years on this channel, guys. If you're not doing that consistently, well, I don't recommend that right now in 2026, but in 2022, 2023, 2021, those were the times to do that. And so direct lead flow was coming from people that would see these videos, and it tends to crush within any neighborhood around the country. Now, the more niche you get when it comes to this style, the better. And I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. So if you look at some of these videos, pros and cons of living in the Palisades, well, rest in peace to the Palisades. They're coming back. But going as niche into such as living in West LA, top 10 reasons, what $4,500 a month rent gets you. Map tours were great ones. Living in the San Fernando Valley 2023. These crush. If you guys in Q4 are not posting a living in the blank year, what you need to know, those crush. And then mixing in home tours every now and then. And then I was essentially acting as a referral agent, getting a lot of these leads out to colleagues or other agents that I knew, specialists in other areas. But you may be asking, why are you not doing that now currently? Well, real estate sales was just not my expertise, my forte. I still get leads that come in occasionally here and there that I will refer out, but I had too many people asking me how I did it, how I am actually building out a channel like this, being this consistent on two different channels, growing this one to 18,000 subscribers, growing the other one to 150,000 subscribers. And now the hybrid model is what I tell all of the clients that I work with, the dozens and dozens of realtors that have talked to me about YouTube. I tell them to mix in the two channels that I've built up over 6 years to build the perfect lead flow system for your real estate business. It is the secret, it is the key, and it's fun, essentially. Like, this channel was awesome to create and to build, but now I can do that within the dozens and dozens of channels that my team work with as well. And let me just show you a couple of videos so you can see exactly how this works when it comes to living in Los Angeles, pros and cons in 2024. Those videos in niche neighborhoods tend to draw in a lot of lead flow. 14,000 views are 14,000 people that you could have called and explained about how special the area that you live in is. You can write up a script using AI now. I had to do this all myself back then. There was no AI 3 years ago. So I was writing up a script, and then you sit at your desk and talk to the camera. Look at this. That's me 3 years ago. I was doing this with no background or what? Wow, I still have the same poster above me. I don't know if you can see that. But if you just have a simple setup, put up your iPhone, talk about the neighborhoods, have ChatGPT or Claude write up a script for you, you can do this yourself and draw in lead flow. And this is essentially how I was doing every single video, adding some B-roll in from a few websites such as Storyblocks, Artlist, get free copyright music on Epidemic Sound, and then edit your own video, put it together, post weekly, same time, same day, every single week, so that YouTube looks at your channel as its own TV series, as a Netflix show, because they want to promote small creators and draw in the audience to watch your videos that you want to watch your videos. I promise you, this works. If you give it a shot for 90 days, it does work for any business, wherever you are. This is the key right now in 2026. I almost forgot what year it was, but that's what we're doing for our current clients that we work with. But then when it comes to the home tour hybrid channel, looking at my house tour channel, you can see that I am trying to get a little bit more creative with my content currently, because that's what you just have to do. When I've been doing the same thing when it comes to home tours, I could always post the same type of home tour, but it's the access and the special homes. If someone's already filmed at a certain property, the algorithm's going to punish me for copying someone essentially or walking in the same home as them. But I always like to look at a home tour channel as a podcast where I'm the host, is the house. So if one podcast host brings on Alex Ramosi, so does another. The viewership will depend still on that host's questions, that host's quirkiness, that host's engagement, the chemistry that it has with the guest. And it's the same with house tours as well. So I just want to keep getting into more extravagant homes, bigger and better. And you guys can do this too and build up a following effortlessly getting into homes. And you can start with smaller homes, but just make sure you title the videos to where it draws in a lot more curiosity, whether there's a secret hidden room, maybe an office that no one's seen with a cool view. You really just put something in that title that would have someone read it and click on the video and not see your old basic touring a $2 million house in Rochester. It's got to be something a little more than that. Adding more words is fine in this niche, even though the shorter the better in the grand scheme of all YouTubers. Like Mr. Beast will have 6 words sometimes in the title or less. But then I see some home tour channels with an entire title that almost is too long to fit on the screen, which do work for this niche sometimes. But use your iPhone to start. You can walk through point of view style videos. There are some creators, such as there's one that I always shout out just because shout out to Marcus Rankin because he's crushing it when it comes to this style. 123,000 subscribers. He's going to pass me if in no time if he keeps this up. But he's just walking through these homes almost every other day with an iPhone because he lives in Texas where all these new homes are. Incredible thumbnails. You can see the entire image on there and post longer videos. These are what agents are not doing. They're not posting videos long enough. They can be 20, 40 minutes. And I don't even think he cuts the videos, but he walks through with an iPhone very simply. But at this point, I have a system to where I have videographers, I have dozens and dozens of editors because I have an entire marketing agency to where I help real estate professionals build out their own YouTube channels and generate their own lead flow through the 7 years, near 7 years now, of myself posting home tours on YouTube, neighborhood videos on YouTube. I've really done it all in the real estate space, and I can almost clearly and confidently say there's not many. I'd say I'm in the top 5 real estate channels when it comes to viewership, long form, subscribers for long form content. You guys probably already you can name 2 maybe that have more than me. Not to brag, but I'm just saying this is just what I've done, and this is what I love doing. So that's why I've built an entire team around the systems to where you can grow a business off of posting long form videos. Specifically, long form is king. I am not a fan of the trendy Instagram videos that realtors are making these days, but they work for some people as long as you can stay consistent with it. But this is an effortless format to build real influence in the real estate world on YouTube, in your business. Hit the subscribe button if you like this video. Appreciate you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more. Build your own channel out there, guys, or reach out to my team down below. But I'll see you guys in the next one.